Now on Coast TV News.
It's a dry and cold start to our Wednesday, the big travel day, with increasing clouds today and dry for really much of the East Coast. Then a system developing to our west will result in a wet Thanksgiving for us. More on your holiday travel weather coming up.
Marijuana debates, we look at the school district's efforts to convince the city not to legalize pot sales.
Traveling for Turkey Day, what Delaware State Police want you to keep in mind to make sure you get to your destination safely.
A record-breaking number of drivers expected to hit the roads this Thanksgiving, how gas prices may have encouraged more people to travel this year.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. I'm Paige Marley.
And good morning, I'm Elise Weber. Matt Pensick has the day off.
And thanks for being up with us during our 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I can't believe that tomorrow is Thanksgiving, but I think after tomorrow it's the appropriate time to start watching, Christmas movies. That's just my opinion.
I started weeks ago.
My mom doesn't agree with me either. She's a big Hallmark fan.
Oh, yeah.
I love The Holiday. That's my favorite.
Oh, okay. That's a good one with Jack Black and Cameron Diaz. Very good one.
My dad loves Elf.
Oh, okay.
He's watched it too many times, and my mom's like, you can't. He watched it in July one year, and we were like, no.
There's always like a crazy Elf fan and like a crazy Grinch fan in a family.
We
I
don't
like one or
really
the
have
other.
Grinch fans.
No,
not
it's because you have the Elf fan.
That is true.
You know what I mean? You get it. I watched 3 different Hallmark movies yesterday.
In one day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just, cooking dinner,
That's
watching them,
productive.
eating dinner,
Yeah.
napping, all that good stuff.
'Tis the season. But Bob, do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah, ladies, you forgot about the Christmas classics, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and, Bumble's Bounce, and then Frosty the Snowman. Yeah, Yukon Cornelius, Rudolph the Red-Nosed, yes, Bumble's Bounce. Yeah, We're looking at chilly conditions this morning, and we're talking about the travel day. The only hazard this morning is frost because we're looking at temperatures at or below freezing from Salisbury to Georgetown and 29 in Redden. We're frost-free at the beaches, 38 Rehoboth, 36 at Bethany Beach. Calm winds inland, a bit of a breeze along the coast. So all in all, we're looking really good as far as travel goes. Good visibility, just some clouds floating through. Thicker clouds building to the west as we are seeing rain and snow developing across the plain. So it's a dry travel day for us up and down the East Coast from Maine down into the Carolinas. We're in good shape for today. We're just scraping frost this morning. I think we're seeing morning sunshine, temperatures in the 40s. By noon, the clouds do start to increase, temperatures into the low to mid 50s, some 40s at the coast. And we will see cloudier skies by mid-afternoon and into the evening hours. Temperatures falling from the 50s into the 40s, but we're still remaining dry even into the deep evening hours. Drivecast for this morning, I did give it the yellow light because it is a frosty start, so leave extra time to get to your destination. Take it slow, and then dry and good visibility for the PM commute as we go into the evening hours.
Bob, thank you. We're going to take a live look now at the Bay Bridge, see what's going on there. It's been pretty busy, considering it's before 7 a.m. As that day goes on, I'm sure we're going to see more vehicles on the major roadway as they begin to travel westbound and eastbound for their Thanksgiving destinations. Now, we're talking holiday travel. There is going to show you a shot now of Route 50. This was yesterday. Not terrible traffic, pretty good there, though MDOT says, prepare for much more in the coming days. In Delaware, you can get a ride for free if you need a designated driver. The Sober Rides program offers up to $20 in vouchers from Lyft and Uber to help you avoid drunk driving. New this morning, Maryland is reminding drivers also of the importance of safety during the busy season. According to the agency, all 23 of its state police barracks will be on the roads, working to fight against aggressive, impaired, and distracted driving. They're encouraging everyone, take the steps to prevent any impaired driving, such as having a designated driver and using those rideshare apps.
And new this morning, we are going to go over some crash information from Delaware State Police. We asked for some key stats from Thanksgiving weekend in 2023. Last year during this holiday, there was one crash that did result in a death. There were 33 injuries, which was 5 fewer than the previous year. There were 165 crashes with damage, and that was up from 152 in 2022. And we spoke with the Delaware State Police, who shared some important tips they want drivers to keep in mind.
We urge all motorists on Delaware roadways to slow down, buckle up, don't drive distracted, and pay attention to the road. If sleepy or drowsy, pull over and take a break, and please don't drive impaired.
The Delaware Office of Highway Safety is also urging everyone to arrange a sober ride home this holiday season, and they're also telling people about the dangers of impaired driving. And if you're getting ready to travel this Thanksgiving, here's something to be thankful for. Paige, this is good news, cheaper gas. About 200,000 Delawareans are expected to be on the roads for the holiday, and the average price of gas in Delaware is $3.01 a gallon. That's down from $3.15 this time last year. Maryland drivers will see similar relief, with gas averaging $3.09 a gallon, 15 cents less than last year. But some drivers say they'd like to see those prices fall even further.
We're going to fill up probably a few times since it's pretty long. But, you know, they do seem to be lower than before, a little. But, you know, they could always be lower.
It's down. It's definitely. I remember last summer it was about $4 a gallon, but it's definitely down from what it used to be. I'd like to see it go a little bit lower.
Regional gas prices are pretty close to what most of the country is paying. The national average today is $3.07.
Seaford's creating some rules for a business license for people who want to sell marijuana in the city. Earlier this year, the city created zoning rules that would allow for the recreational sale of pot in certain areas, adding an amendment to their regulations. Officials held a first reading of the amendment that would add license requirements for any retail business selling the drug. They also looked at what they might charge for a license fee, with the suggested number at $1,000, though that may change at future meetings.
And sticking with the topic of marijuana, it's causing some controversy in Milford, where the school district vice president, Matt Bucker, sent a letter to the Milford Council as the city considers legalizing weed sales. Bucker's letter said, quote, "The last thing we need is legal weed in the city of Milford when we in the district are desperately trying to keep drugs out of the school." But some parents we spoke with say they don't think that pot sales will impact students.
We can't really depend on the law to implement on how our kids are raised and what they believe in. And I think that the kids that are going to do what they're going to do, they're going to do it regardless of whether there's a law in place or not.
And Milford is still determining how it would regulate marijuana in the city. And this is going to bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what should schools do if they catch underage students with pot?
All right, let's see. We checked in last hour, got a couple more votes in, so we're going to see what most of you are voting for. 51% of you voting for suspension, 25% of you saying contact their parents, and then a few of you chiming in with expulsion. 5% contact police, 4% a written warning. A lot of different levels of discipline here, but again, most of you voting for suspension. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. Head to coasttv.com, or you can always vote on our app. Well, new this morning, after more than a year of fighting, President Biden announcing the United States brokered a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militant group based out of Lebanon. Lebanese officials say more than 3,000 of its citizens have been killed in the war. More than 1 million have been displaced by airstrikes.
And tens of thousands of Israelis have fled Israel's north due to that regional conflict. And NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what happens now that deal is in effect.
A ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah underway this morning after the U.S. helped broker a deal.
This is designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities. What is left of Hezbollah and other terrorist organizations will not be allowed, I emphasize, will not be allowed to threaten the security of Israel again.
President Biden laying out parts of the agreement, which includes bringing an end to the fighting after nearly 14 months of back-and-forth strikes and removing Israeli troops from Lebanon within 60 days.
All told, this has been the deadliest conflict between Israel and Hezbollah in decades.
Hezbollah supporters waving flags in celebration of the ceasefire, while those displaced during the violence returned to their homes in Lebanon. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu warning that his military will resume its operations if the militant group breaks the terms of the deal.
If Hezbollah tries to attack us, if it arms itself, if it rebuilds infrastructure next to the borders, we will attack them.
While Israel and Hezbollah agreed to a truce, the deal did not address the war in Gaza. The Biden administration vows to continue pushing for a ceasefire there and to bring the remaining hostages home.
That enables the people of Gaza to move forward with their lives without Hamas and with Israel having pulled out of Gaza.
U.S. officials say that's not likely to happen before President Biden leaves office. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And President Biden saying that the U.S. and France will provide the necessary assistance to make sure the deal is implemented fully and effectively. They emphasized that there will be no U.S. troops deployed in southern Lebanon. Well, we're just getting started this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, Denmark dredging is underway, and we'll tell you what Denmark says about how this project will improve the beach and the shoreline at the Indian River Inlet.
And Fenwick Island putting noise on notice. What updates could be in store for the town's noise ordinance after the mayor says there's been a few complaints.
And Trump's proposed tariff could impact America's auto industry. We'll tell you why stocks for some of the biggest manufacturers plummeted after the president-elect's announcement. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Once upon a time in Rehoboth Beach was a lost little elf, his home far from reach. When all of a sudden he saw a twinkling sign. A magical winter village? Could it be mine? His eyes grew wide as he walked through the doors. The North Pole, you say? No, Shellville, of course. A magical maze was his first stop on the tour. Wasting no time at all, he set out to explore. With so much to discover and so much to do, he knew for a fact all his dreams would come true. After all the excitement, he needed a treat, a warm, tasty beverage to help move his feet. No longer did he feel so lost and alone. Our brave little elf had found a new home.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming. Our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Local news is really important, especially right now. Local news is still largely trusted by the people in the community that they cover, and a big part of that is because we're out in the community every day. We're meeting people, we're talking to people, we're telling their specific stories, because there's a lot of people that want to know what's going on here. There's a lot of people that have opinions about what's going on here. That matters from a journalistic standpoint.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
We're looking at chilly conditions in Cambridge right now, 32 degrees. The winds are calm, and there's the marina. We're looking at increasing clouds, and on the roads, we're looking at dry conditions and good visibility. It's just a little frosty out there right now. 20s and low 30s inland areas, and not frosty at the beaches with temperatures in the 30s and low 40s. Winds are calm inland, a bit of a breeze along the coast, and visibility is good. Roads are dry. It's just scraping that frost that's a bit of a problem. And we're looking at quiet conditions all across Delmarva. If you're traveling from New York down to Florida, things are dry today, but of course that changes tomorrow. And maybe you're not traveling today. Maybe you just want to take a stroll on the boardwalk. We're looking at temperatures in the 40s this morning with increasing clouds, light winds. You don't want to bundle up anyway, as we're seeing temperatures into the 50s with increasing clouds this afternoon.
Bob, thank you. And as those colder temperatures approach, the Lewis Board of Public Works says it's important to protect your water surfaces from freezing. So make sure you insulate any exposed pipes, check for leaks, and seal any gaps in your home to keep that cold air out. Also, know how to turn off your water quickly in case of an emergency. And don't forget, disconnect outdoor hoses and winterize your irrigation system.
And happening today, we have information from DelDOT that the Woodland Ferry is closing today through Friday, November 29th. The agency says that ferry will reopen on Monday, December 2nd.
Zoom is rebranding with a name change to signal its focus on artificial intelligence. Also known as Zoom Video Communications, it's best known for the video conference software that helped corporate workers really survive during the pandemic. But it's now going to be dropping the word video from its name. It'll now just go by Zoom Communications. Zoom's CEO saying its AI companion summarizes meeting tasks, drafts email responses, and prepares people for meetings.
And shares of General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler owner Stellantis all dropped after President-elect Trump vowed to impose 25% tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico. Some parts sometimes pass through all three North American countries before a car is fully made and sold. Trump says the tariffs will help protect workers and boost manufacturing in the U.S.
Still ahead this morning, Fenwick Island putting noise on notice. Why the mayor there says an update to the town's noise ordinance is needed.
Still pretty dark out there. Sun's up at 6:56, seeing a few clouds right now in the Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camp. 30 in Laurel. We're scraping that frost this morning. Otherwise, big travel day, starting cold, becoming cloudy and staying dry, then rain for Thanksgiving, followed by the coldest air of the season. I'll have your forecast, including the travel forecast, coming up in 2 minutes.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Tonight, host Wendy McClendon-Covey takes us live behind the scenes of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Then tomorrow morning, NBC and Peacock are the only place to see the parade live. It all starts tonight, 8/7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
A turkey for me. Turkey Martha Stewart. That's right. Here comes some corn. All right.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year. Using powerful equipment custom built by us, we'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
The time is now 6:17 and we're going to take a live look outside at Lewis this morning. And Bob, it's dark out, it's probably a little chilly and not as cold as it's going to get, because before you said an Arctic Express, reminded me of the Polar Express.
Yeah, right along those lines, Elisa. We are looking at very cold weather. The coldest air of the season coming our way this weekend into next week. We'll get to that in just a second, but it's the airport travel that everybody wants to know about this big travel day. And we're looking good all across the East Coast, looking dry today with 50s and 60s. Atlanta 66, Dallas 81, and Miami 82. So looking pretty dry there. What we're not seeing here is Denver, and I think Denver could be looking at some snow, but otherwise we're looking at a lot of green plains. So not really looking at too many flight delays, just isolated. And you can see these yellow areas indicating minor delays across the Midwest, but up and down the East Coast, we're in pretty good shape as we go through today. So all in all, a good looking travel day. And for the major airports nearby, Dulles, Reagan, BWI, and Philly, all no delays right now as skies are clear, or, we're looking at good visibility and quiet conditions. There's Denver with some snow right now, and that green plane could turn yellow, but otherwise we're looking good from the West Coast to the East Coast at the present time. And we are seeing just a few clouds out there, not a big deal. Mainly, we'll call it partly cloudy skies right now. There are some clouds building to the west. Here's our next system developing, coming out of the Rockies, moving into the plains with some rain from Missouri into West Virginia. A little bit of snow farther to the north. So it's this area from Chicago to Cincinnati and the Northeast. That's our main concern as we go into Thanksgiving, where they could be looking at maybe a wintry mix or some snow. There is some snow in Colorado near Denver right now, but that's turning into rain across the plains. A little bit of rain moving into the West Coast, otherwise pretty dry into the Pacific Northwest. Closer to home right now, we're in the 20s and low 30s. Inland, it's frosty. Not frosty at the coast with 30s and 40s. Winds are light, so we've got good travel conditions right as we go through the rest of the day. And here's Futurecast this morning. It's a frosty icy start, leave extra time to warm up the car and scrape the frost. Then we're increasing the clouds, I think, this afternoon, and temperatures not bad into the 50s for the most part. We keep it cloudy, temperatures slowly falling through the 40s this evening. Cloudy overnight. Then by early tomorrow morning, before sunrise, we are seeing some of those showers building in, and maybe you're putting the bird in the oven at 8:30. It's a washout all across the area, and we've got temperatures in the 50s. So that's the good news, is that it's liquid. We're not looking at any icy conditions. And then it looks like that rain does start to taper off early afternoon. So by 3 o'clock, we're all stuffed and we're watching football, and the sun starts to come out. We're falling from the 50s into the 40s as we go into Thursday night. So let's go through today again real quick. We see the snow moving out of the Rockies and then into the Ohio Valley, and this is our system as we go into Thanksgiving, and it will be a wet one for us. And then we're looking at drier conditions for Black Friday, and then pretty cold as we go into the weekend. In fact, really cold. We could see maybe up to about 4/10 to about a half an inch of rain from this system. But the big story, of course, is the cold as we go into the beginning of December, the coldest air mass so far this season. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 56 today, 58 on Thanksgiving, 50 on Friday, mostly sunny, and then only lower 40s for the weekend into early next week. And overnight lows, it's a hard freeze beginning in the low to mid-20s.
So much, Bob. And town leaders in Fenwick Island say they are listening to neighbors and visitors, literally. Fenwick's mayor proposed changes to the town ordinance, and she says it's in response to some complaints from people who live there year-round and police officers. The mayor says the current noise code is in need of some updates, and if passed, the amended ordinance would give better guidelines for enforcement. One proposed change is moving quiet hours 2 hours earlier to 10 p.m. instead of the current cutoff at midnight.
And the way our ordinance was written, it was sort of, whatever was considered reasonable under the circumstances, and, what's reasonable,
The mayor says the proposal will go before the town council at their meeting on December 6th.
Coming up on CoastTV News today, DNREC dredging underway when DNREC says this emergency dredging project is expected to be complete.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
Window World at Delmarva, quality and price that can't be beat. Get a 10-window package for only $121.81 per month.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Remember, first to call, first to install.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers, bus drivers, cashiers, librarians, the helpful smile of a helper, a caretaker, a healer, a giver can also hide the deepest suffering. Domestic violence impacts everyone, even our everyday heroes. What Is Your Voice is here to help. Call our helpline at 302-467-3310 or visit whatisyourvoice.org.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
I've built a community, I've built a home here, and it's not pack up boxes every 3 years. It's a space that I'm invested in, my husband's invested in, and it really makes it just feel special. The stories that we cover every day, we also live every single day. So the stories that we tell are the ones that also impact us. We speak with people at the grocery store, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. We're all in this together.
CoastTV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
For professionalism, craftsmanship, and quality products at the best price, choose Window World.
If you need a new roof or windows or siding, just give them a call. I was very pleased and would recommend them to everyone.
Call Window World today.
Happening now at the Indian River Inlet, all the equipment needed to begin work to prevent further erosion has been brought in. DNREC started what's called an emergency dredging project using 380,000 cubic yards of sand to help rebuild the shoreline. The beach would be 9 feet high. We spoke with people who have seen projects like this before, and they're still questioning if it'll work.
Mother Nature has a way of doing what it wants to do when it wants to do it. Mother Nature comes in with a 40-footer, one after the other, Good luck with that.
Denrex says the entire project will be done March 31st of 2025. Now that guy was talking 40-foot waves.
Yeah.
We've probably seen those before, but I don't think we're going to see those on our beaches today.
I don't think so, but he's right. You never know with Mother Nature, Bob. You never know.
40-footers, no, we're not talking that. Maybe, 2 or 3 footers today at the most on the ocean, ladies. But looking good as far as travel goes. And on the beaches today, Chincoteague and Assateague were in the 30s early on. Clouding up throughout the day with highs in the 50s. But if you're traveling to the coast, we're looking good. Fenwick Island and Ocean City beginning in the 30s. Then warming into the 50s. We're seeing that sun fading behind clouds. Next 3 days, we've got changes. Cambridge, 56 today. Rainy for a good chunk of Thanksgiving. And then Friday, 50 degrees as we're heading out to the stores. And then Crisfield, mid-50s today. Showers Thursday and rain. And then colder Friday. And then really cold for this weekend. Bone-chilling cold. The Arctic Express. More on that in your holiday travel coming up in the next half hour.
Bob, thank you. Coming up after the break, working where you live in Lewis could become a reality for those looking to have a home-based business. We're going to show you the debate over the topic and why some locals say it could negatively impact the city.
And Seaford moves on marijuana. We'll tell you details of a first reading to an amendment on business licenses in the city.
And Thanksgiving travel is underway. What Delaware and Maryland officials say on how to stay safe on the roads this season. We'll be right back.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
We'll do the whole carpet in the whole house for $5.
Wait.
You didn't even know how to do this. I thought you did.
We are family owned and operated, but I don't think either of you are ready to install yet. At Matt the Carpet Guy, we have the best vinyl plank and carpet in stock, bringing our showroom to you so you can feel confident in the carpet you choose. Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury, flooring done right.
The holidays are coming fast.
Imagine greeting your guests with a beautifully refaced kitchen without having to tear out your old cabinets.
We'll reface your cabinets with 5 layers of high-quality hardwood in your choice of color,
including new doors, drawers, and hardware, all for half the cost of a full remodel.
completed in as little as 3 days.
Right now, save 20%, get a free microwave, and pay as little as $100 per month. Call today and get your kitchen completed by Christmas.
Call Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
Now on CoastTV News.
It's a dry and cold start to our Wednesday with increasing clouds for our big travel day. A dry day for the East Coast, then a system developing to our west will result in a wet Thanksgiving. More on your holiday travel weather coming up.
In the future of home-based businesses in Lewis, the latest step towards a future that could create a kitchen-sized commute for some.
Marijuana sales in Seaford, the latest regulations discussed, and how much a licensing fee could cost retailers.
Driving safe and sober this holiday season, the resources available in Delaware to deter people from driving while under the influence.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Thank you for joining us as we continue this morning. I'm Paige Marley.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber.
And we're looking forward to a holiday tomorrow, Lisa. I kind of keep forgetting that it's a holiday week.
I also did just realize it's your first Thanksgiving being married.
That's true.
I literally, as we were reading that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's exciting. Is this your first major holiday being married too?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. And it's special this year too because it is just the two of us.
It's just the two of you.
Because we're working, so it'll be just us.
Oh, that's so exciting.
It'll be nice.
I feel like in Christmas you'll get to be with your whole family, and then you'll have a new nephew whose first Christmas. That's an exciting, exciting time.
Yes, hopefully it's exciting for you all as well. Yeah, a lot of good things going.
Yeah, the holidays, it's a fun time.
It makes everything special.
It goes so quickly though, and I mean, Bob, you were talking, you need to put up your Christmas decorations soon. Isn't that what you were saying yesterday to me?
Yes, again, good morning, ladies. Good morning, Delmarva. Yes, today I think I am putting the lights out today and some of the decorations because it's going to get really cold by the weekend into early next week, and then your fingers don't move so well. So we're looking at very cold weather then, but today for our big travel day, our weather cooperates. A frosty start, though, 30 in Salisbury, 31 in Georgetown, 30 in Milton. So leave extra time if you're headed out on the roads, which are dry, and then 30s and 40s at the coast as the winds are calm to light right now. So we've got good visibility, dry roads all across Delmarva if you're headed out. Just a few clouds. The clouds are thicker to the west with a system developing across the Ohio Valley. That brings us rain tomorrow, but this morning we're good. It's just cold to start, 30s and 40s, mid-40s at 9 a.m. Then I think by noon we start to see clouds increasing with temperatures into the 50s. Mid-50s should do it mid-afternoon around Millsboro and Georgetown, and then lower 50s for the coast. Still dry, but cloudy as we go into this evening. So even if you're traveling around 9 a.m., we're still looking at dry conditions, but some kiddos still have school before Thanksgiving. A frosty start, 29 off to school, then heading home dry and cool, cloudy, and 54.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. And we're now going to take a live look at the Bay Bridge. And oh, wow. Okay, this is a lot different than we first looked at it 30 minutes ago. There's a lot of cars. And as the day goes on, we're sure to see a lot more vehicles on major roadways as they travel to their Thanksgiving destinations. And speaking of holiday travel, here's a shot of Route 50 only a couple hours ago. Traffic isn't too terrible yet, though MDOT says prepare for much more in the coming days. And in Delaware, you can get a ride for free if you need a designated driver. The Sober Rides program offers up to $20 in vouchers for Lyft and Uber to help people avoid drunk driving.
New this morning, Maryland reminding drivers there of the importance of safety during this busy season. According to the agency there, all 23 of its state police barracks will be on the roads, working to fight against any aggressive, impaired, and distracted driving. They're encouraging everyone to take the steps to prevent impaired driving, like have a designated driver or use those rideshare apps.
And also new this morning, we're going to go over some of the numbers from Maryland State Police about crashes that occurred in Worcester County during Thanksgiving weekend 2023. Here's what we found. Fortunately, there were no deaths last year. There were 2 people injured in crashes. That is half as many as were injured in 2022. 10 crashes resulted in some kind of damage compared to 19 in 2022. We're going to look at Delaware's numbers in a little bit.
Sounds good. All right, Seafer, they're creating rules for a business license for people who want to sell marijuana in the city. It was earlier this year, the city created zoning rules that would allow for the recreational sale of pot in certain areas. It's adding to an amendment of their regulations. Officials held a first reading of that amendment that would add license requirements for any retail business selling that drug. They also looked at what they might charge for a license fee. The suggested number, $1,000 as of right now, though that may change at future meetings.
And making bank from your own place in Lewis, where some people are trying to make a buck right where they live, nice and convenient. Most people live at home and work at work, but those that want to turn their home into a business there do have some hurdles to face.
Yeah, CoastTV reporter Brendan Conroy shows us what took place when the city's home subcommittee discussed the sort of entrepreneurial efforts that should be governed in city limits.
Work from home got a real jolt in the arm during the pandemic.
COVID definitely changed the game.
But there's a big difference between remote work on the computer and running a full business out of your home. It's that second option that the city of Lewis is looking at and debating rules and regulations for. Steve Pete lives in Lewis and says the idea is definitely feasible, as long as they're doing it the right way.
I would hope people would try to be respectful of any rules in place and certainly anything surrounding safety. But again, as long as they're not violating the rights of others, kind of live and let live.
If you do want to run your business from your house in Lewis, you're going to have to follow some rules like the hours they give you, not changing the character or the exterior of your house, and not hiring more than 2 non-residential employees. Some people are worried about unintended consequences. One man says it could lead to traffic buildup in what should be a residential area.
The main problem I would see is parking and how many people are going to be patronizing a business at one time.
The rules and regulations on how this will be governed have not been finalized yet. Today's meeting was just the latest step towards a future that could create a kitchen-sized commute for some in the city of Lewis. For CoastTV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
And the Lewis Homes Subcommittee is meeting again in the beginning of January to discuss the next steps as they move forward.
New this morning, after more than a year of fighting, President Biden announcing the United States brokered a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militant group based out of Lebanon. According to Biden, the deal includes bringing an end to the fighting, nearly 14 months of back-and-forth strikes, and removing Israeli troops from Lebanon within 60 days. Hezbollah supporters waved flags in celebration of that ceasefire. Those displaced during the violence returned to their homes in Lebanon.
This is designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities. What is left of Hezbollah and other terrorist organizations will not be allowed, I emphasize, will not be allowed to threaten the security of Israel again.
Israel and Hezbollah agreed to a truce, although that deal did not address the war in Gaza. The Biden administration vows to continue pushing for a ceasefire there and bringing the remaining hostages home.
And happening now, President-elect Trump is preparing for his inauguration in January. His team has now signed a transition agreement with the Biden administration, and the move comes after a significant delay that was partially caused by the Trump team's concerns over mandatory ethics agreement. The initial deadline was back on October 1st, and the agreement means Trump's team could soon get access to federal government agencies, allowing them to meet with outgoing officials and receive briefings. We have a lot more news to get to, so don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, Sussex traffic tips, the dates surrounding the latest closure of the Woodland Ferry.
And one local school has a state title on the line. We'll show you how Indian River football is gearing up for the 1A Delaware State Championship.
And holiday driving dangers, how Georgetown officials are urging drivers to stay safe after that crash Monday night. Stick with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute Marshall Kraft. Chief Marshall Kraft began his career with the Delaware State Police in 1989 and has ascended through the ranks to become the police chief of Seaford, Delaware. His journey includes distinguished service in various roles from patrol officer to deputy director before his promotion to captain and eventually chief. Prior to law enforcement, he honorably served 4 years in the United States Navy. Chief Kraft is deeply committed to his community in Seaford, where he lives with his wife and 2 children and volunteers as a wrestling coach. We salute Chief Kraft for his dedicated service and leadership.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
You'll be walking in a winter wonderland at Bellaterra's Garden Center this holiday season. From freshly cut Christmas trees and handmade wreaths to poinsettias and Christmas ornaments, let Bellaterra deck your halls and trim your tree. You'll love Christmas shopping at Bellaterra Garden Center as we transform into your ultimate Christmas destination. Bellaterra Landscapes and Garden Center, your Christmas tree headquarters. Bellaterra is located right off Route 16 and Ellendale, Delaware.
What I love most about living on Delmarva has to be the agriculture. Being here, I think I just have a greater appreciation for the land that I live on, seeing, driving through cornfields, seeing farmers. I just have a greater appreciation for it. Even seeing, like farm equipment driving on the highway, I just feel more connected to the food I'm eating and where I'm living.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Just about 6:39 on this big travel day Wednesday, and we have blue skies, a few clouds, and ocean view. It's cold, 34, and we are scraping frost. Inland areas 28 in Redden, 29 in Delmar, 30 in Salisbury, so really cold. 30s and 40s along the coast. You're frost-free there. Winter calm. Visibility is good, so if you're headed out the door for your big holiday travels, looking good locally and at the airports as well in D.C. and Baltimore, as we're looking at just a few clouds, but travel is good all up and down the East Coast as we go through today. Here's today's checklist. You need the ice scraper for sure this morning. Pack your patience. A lot of folks on the roads. Slow down on the roads. Grab a warm beverage. Don't need the umbrella today. Different story tomorrow, and you can use those sunglasses this morning. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Alan Weissman from Millville. Congratulations to Alan on his brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
New this morning, Georgetown officials are urging drivers be extra alert during this season. According to the Georgetown Fire Company, that accident you're looking at right there on your screen happened Monday evening. The agency says it took place at the intersection of Park Ave and Springfield Road. Georgetown EMS posted those photos with the caption, "Holiday PSA, put your phones in your console and look at what is outside your windshield." A Milford man facing charges after Milford police say he was arrested for attempted murder. Police say Derek Legree is facing attempted murder and other felony charges after stabbing a woman November 3rd. That left her in critical condition. Legree was arrested by the U.S. Marshals in Philadelphia. Police say he will be extradited to Delaware for formal charges.
While celebrating Turkey Day, make sure to tune into Coast TV for Thursday Night Football. It's the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers, and you can watch right here on Coast TV at 8 p.m.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Only one Delaware high school football team remains in the hunt for a state championship as Indian River takes on undefeated Tatnall Saturday in the 1A finals. IR is looking for their first state title since 2011. They come into this game with an 11-1 record and on an 8-game winning streak. The green and gold are led by running backs Javion Chandler and Davon Handy, QB Dylan Grice, and receiver Darnell Stokes. Head coach Philip Townsend and IR defeated Polytech last Friday to punch their ticket to this championship. We spoke with Coach Townsend about the team's journey.
They grew up together. They played, Little League and Pop Warner and middle school, and they've kind of all been together as a group. And a lot of these guys have seen the success that we've had the last couple of years. And I think last year, losing to Tatton on the semis really made these guys have a drive this year coming into the season. We had a really good off season in the summer with the workouts and 7-on-7, and I feel like we kind of picked up where we left off from last year with a lot of key pieces. And like I said, these young guys that came in, they figured out what their role is, and they've done a good job executing what we've asked them to do.
Indian River faces Tatnall in the 1A Delaware State Championship at 1 p.m. Saturday. Join us then for our Wawa watch party as we view the game and comment on all the action with you, and I'll bring you sideline coverage as well. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night in playoff football. Tune in to see Fort Hill face off against Cambridge, South Dorchester at 7 p.m. Then for a full recap, watch the final score at 10:30. And in case you didn't know, a high school football championship is online this weekend. Indian River will be chasing glory at the 1A DIAA State Championship on Saturday. And guess what? The Delmarva Sports Network will have live analysis, talkbacks with fans via Facebook, and a reaction of the game. It's all part of the Wawa Watch Party, and that is the 2024 Wawa Watch Party starting at 1 p.m. Saturday, the DIAA Class 1A State Football Championship between Indian River and Tatnall. And movie news now, here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
A man who helped shape the sense of humor of a generation has died. His son tells Variety Airplane co-writer and co-director Jim Abrams passed away Tuesday. Abrams and his childhood friends Jerry and David Zucker made the Airplane and Naked Gun movies, among others. On his own, he directed Big Business, Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael, and Hot Shots. Jim Abrams was 80.
Where's my dad?
Something happened to him.
This is Interpol. You're in possession of stolen U.S. government property.
If you go to the police, he's dead. If you don't bring it to us, you are dead.
Phoebe Dynevor from Fair Play and Bridgerton learns her father was once a spy, and now she's in the middle of a mess in Inheritance. The official trailer for the international espionage thriller just dropped. Inheritance, directed by Neil Berger, arrives in theaters January 24th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
During the holiday season, Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign works to bring the Christmas spirit to everyone, and we like to share the cards and the donations we receive. This beautiful card has a photo of the first ever Christmas, the day that Jesus was born. So thank you so much to Dennis and Marlene McGee from Georgetown. This card is going to go on our tree behind us. But don't forget, we still need all of your help to make sure every child on Delmarva has a present to open on Christmas morning. Already, this initiative has raised almost $120,000. That's absolutely incredible. To donate online, you can visit blessourchildren.org. And as the Christmas season continues to roll around, we welcome everyone to also share their holiday decorations. We want to see your bright lights and your festive setups. Submit your pictures and videos to coasttv.com/holidayhouse.
It is a frosty start on this travel Wednesday. Seeing clouds increasing in Laurel right now, but 30 degrees. We're scraping frost early. Clouds increasing today, so a dry travel day all across the East Coast. Then it's rain for Thanksgiving, followed by the coldest air of the season to start the month of December. I'll have your travel forecast and look at those chilly temperatures coming up in 2 minutes.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
For many in our community, the holidays can bring about stress as they strive to create unforgettable moments.
That's where the Bless Our Children campaign can help.
Every penny you give helps families right here on Delmarva.
You can help local children by accepting the Shell Brothers Bless Our Children Challenge. As our thank you, we'll list our business name on the Shell Brothers Honor Roll.
You can donate by sending a check or money order to the address on the screen or online at blessourchildren.org.
Together, we can make the holidays this year a special one.
We're here on Black Friday so that we can have a lot of fun next summer at half the price.
We get 50% off our passes, save a lot of money, it's well worth it.
It's our tradition, family tradition. Jolly Rogers every year for the kids.
We love Jolly Roger. We're saving 50% today on Black Friday.
Half off. We got 3 boys. We're coming here all summer.
It's amazing because I get passes now so I can have even more fun in the summer.
Without Jolly Roger, it's just another day. It's just another day at the beach.
It's the Red Tag event going on now at IG Burton Chevrolet. See some red, save some green. Discounts up to $12,500 off, 0% financing, and leases starting at just $299 a month. If you're looking for a great deal, now's the time to get behind the wheel at IG Burton Chevrolet. Come see us today at any IG Burton Chevrolet location in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin, or online at igburton.com for all the details. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
As we take a live look at Ocean View, Bob, I know we're looking at Ocean View right now, but all eyes are actually on you today because people want to know what the weather's going to be like for their travel this week and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
You know, well, that's a different story, Paige. Today is looking great. I wish we could bottle up today and then just continue it right through the holiday weekend, but we can't do that. Mother Nature has other plans, and that plan is a rainy Thanksgiving, but we're good. Headed out the door this morning, and here are the East Coast cities: Baltimore, New York, Philly, D.C., all in the 50s today. No rain for us, and looking down the list here, we're looking dry from Atlanta down to Miami. Dallas, 81 today. Miami, 82. What you don't see on here is Denver, and I think they are looking at some snow and maybe some delays there. Otherwise, all the big cities, you can see all the green plains, so really not expecting too many delays. Maybe just a few minor delays across the Midwest as that rain builds in later today. Could be a little bit of ice and snow through the Ohio Valley and the interior Northeast. Otherwise, things are looking pretty good as we go through our big travel day. and checking out the regional airports right now, no delays at Dulles, Reagan, BWI, or Philly International. So good shape locally. And as we look across the country, you can see the green plains all across the country right now. There is snow in Colorado, so Denver, that could be a little bit of a delay there, and a little bit of snow moving into the plains. Otherwise, I think we're in pretty good shape as we go through the day. And right now, we're looking at just a few clouds out there across Delmarva. If you are traveling up and down the East Coast, we're looking great today from Maine through New York into the Carolinas as well. But we are watching clouds increasing to the west already. A little bit of rain breaking out across the Ohio Valley. Maybe some snow up near the Great Lakes right now. And we will cloud up today. And then this system will take shape as we go through the day and then give us a rain tomorrow. There's the snow into the interior west and the west coast looking pretty good. It's frosty this morning with temperatures in the 20s and 30s away from the coast. Along the coast, it's in the 30s and 40s, and the winds are come. So we've got good travel weather, mainly clear skies early on, temperatures warming through the 40s by 1:30. It does start to cloud up. We're in the 50s this afternoon, so pretty good conditions if you're out and about, and then 40s this evening as the skies will become mainly cloudy with thickening clouds, and then we could see rain pre-dawn hours of Thanksgiving, and early tomorrow morning, maybe you're getting the bird in the oven. We see the rain breaking out by 8:30. The rain is steady, temperatures in the 50s, but at least we're not talking any kind of icy conditions, just wet. And then by 12:30, I think the bulk of the rain is winding down. So by 3:30, we're looking at some sun, maybe throwing the football around a little bit, looking at temperatures in the 50s and then cooling down and clearing out as we go into Thursday night. So today, once again, we're seeing that system across the plains with the rain across the Ohio Valley. And then that will be our rain as we head into Thanksgiving. And then as we move into Black Friday, we're drying things out. Then it just gets plain cold as we go into the weekend. As far as rain goes, maybe 2/10 to about 4/10 of an inch of rain. And the big story, of course, is that very cold air that will be building in this weekend into early next week, the coldest air of the season. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 50s right through Thanksgiving into the end of the week with the rain tomorrow, 50 Friday, and then the deep freeze as we go into the weekend and early next week with lower 40s and a hard freeze at night, temperatures in the low to mid 20s.
Happening today, we have information from DelDOT that the Woodland Ferry is closed today through November 29th. The agency says the ferry will then reopen again Monday, December 2nd.
And in Rehoboth Beach, the city is gearing up for the hometown Christmas parade that's set for Monday, and our very own Madeline Overturp will be the MC. And here's how the parade will change your drive into town. Rehoboth Avenue will be closed from the traffic circle to the bandstand from 6 to 10 p.m. Also, State Street from Hickman Street to Rehoboth Avenue and Country Club Drive will be closed from 4 to 10 p.m. Parts of Sussex Street and Kent Street will also see closures that night.
Denmark police are still collecting toys for tots. The goal is to collect any unwrapped toys for all ages, benefiting underprivileged kids in the area. You can drop off the toys at any Delaware State Park office or the Delaware Natural Resources Police Office on Campbell Circle in Georgetown. Those donations will be accepted until December 12th at Kent and Sussex counties. It's now 6:52 this morning, and we got to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is cheering up his family after the passing of their last pet. And on your screen right now is Bodie. Bodie came home to his forever family after the loss of their pet named Dremmy. His family says Bodie has been nothing but joy. Look at that face. I mean, that is joy. And Bodie was submitted to us by his family in Bethany Beach. The sweater.
That's so cute. I lost a pet earlier this year too. It's really hard. So good job, Bodie. Keep a smile on their faces. And don't forget, all of you, keep sending us photos of your pets and tell us what makes them so special.
You can take a look at your screen, scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
Good travel weather heading out the door this morning. Increasing clouds in Cambridge right now, but 30 degrees. It is a frosty start. Otherwise, a good travel day all across the east. And then we're looking at rain for Thanksgiving, followed by the coldest air of the season this weekend into next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
We are looking for your help with the next Coast Country Cares event sponsored by Spicer Brothers Construction. Stop by the center at Salisbury near the food court on Saturday, December 7th from 11 to 1. We will be collecting new unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots. Please help make a child on Delmarva very happy this Christmas morning with your toy donations. Coast Country Cares from Spicer Brothers. For your last roof installed by the best, the only choice is Spicer Brothers.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Thanksgiving Day. Your favorite traditions are only on NBC and Peacock.
Come on, let's turkey try.
Feast your eyes on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Welcome to the Parade of Parades.
The National Dog Show. And Dolphins, Packers in prime time.
Glad you're with us for the last course. Off we go.
It's all Thanksgiving Day, only on NBC and Peacock.
Time is now 6:55. It's time for things you need to know before you go. President-elect Trump preparing for his inauguration in January. His team signed a transition agreement with the Biden administration. The move comes after a bit of a delay that was partly caused by the Trump team's concerns over a mandatory ethics agreement. The agreement means now Trump's team could soon get access to federal government agencies, allowing them to meet with outgoing officials and receive briefings.
And Seaford is creating rules for a business license for people who want to sell marijuana in the city. Earlier this year, the city created zoning rules that will allow for the recreational sale of pot in certain areas, is adding an amendment to their regulations. Officials held a first reading of that amendment that will add license requirements for any retail businesses selling the drug. They also looked at what they might charge for a license fee, with the suggested number of $1,000.
Time is now 6:56, and it's time to look at your forecast before you head out the door.
That traveling forecast we all want to know, Bob.
And really good today up and down the East Coast, ladies, from Maine to Florida. We are nice and dry. It's moving farther west where it does get unsettled, but we're scraping frost this morning, so leave extra time to warm up the car if you are hitting the highways and byways. And then we do start to warm it up. We'll see some sunshine this morning, then clouding up this afternoon, and not bad with temperatures in the 50s, right around 56. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Thanksgiving does look wet, 58. I think it does dry out as we go into the afternoon hours. And then Friday, the big shopping day, 50 degrees, and then temperatures plummet after that. Only highs in the low 40s for the weekend into early next week. And then a deep freeze at night with temperatures in the low to mid 20s. So we've been talking about it. Winterize your house, cover up those outdoor spigots, make sure the water's turned off because it's going to get really cold. We stay dry into next week with temperatures slowly rising through the 40s into the mid 40s by the end of the week. Not seeing any snow. We'll continue to watch it, but just really cold starting this weekend.
It looks cold, Bob. Thank you. And thank you for joining us on Coast TV News today.
The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And then we'll be back with Coast TV Midday at 11.
And for more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great morning.